September 1955. Over the deserts of New Mexico and Texas, a massive aircraft lumbers through the sky. Trailing close behind is a B-50 bomber filled with technicians, and further back, a transport plane carrying paratroopers ready to jump at a moment's notice. Because this aircraft is carrying something unprecedented, something dangerous, a live nuclear reactor. In the early years of the Cold War, the United States faced a terrifying problem. Soviet bombers could strike American cities, but conventional aircraft simply couldn't stay airborne long enough to maintain constant patrols. Jet fuel was the limiting factor, but nuclear power? A nuclear-powered bomber could stay aloft for days, even weeks without refueling. In 1946, the U.S. military launched an ambitious program to make this a reality. The goal? Build a bomber with virtually unlimited range, a weapon that could circle the globe and strike anywhere on Earth. But there was one massive problem. How do you put a nuclear reactor inside an aircraft and keep the crew alive? Enter the Convair NB-36H. Built from a B-36 Peacemaker that had been damaged in a tornado, this aircraft was transformed into a flying nuclear laboratory. In its bomb bay hung a 1-megawatt reactor weighing 35,000 pounds, and at the front, an entirely new nose section, 12 tons of lead and rubber shielding to protect the 5-man crew from radiation. Even the windows were replaced with 10-inch thick leaded glass. The NB-36H, nicknamed the Crusader, made 47 test flights between 1955 and 1957. During 89 hours of flight time, the reactor was fully operational, glowing hot inside the bomb bay. But it never actually powered the aircraft. The reactor was there to test one thing. Could the crew survive flying alongside a nuclear furnace? Every flight was a calculated risk. If something went wrong, a team of paratroopers, grimly nicknamed the Glow-in-the-Dark Squad, stood ready to parachute down and secure the crash site. There was even a direct phone line to the president in the cockpit. Remarkably, no disaster ever occurred, but the program ultimately failed. The shielding needed to protect the crew made the Convair NB-36H impossibly heavy. And by the late 1950s, advances in jet engines and ballistic missiles made the concept obsolete. Why risk flying a reactor over American cities when an ICBM could do the job? In 1961, President Kennedy canceled the program after 15 years and nearly $1 billion spent. The NB-36H was quietly scrapped. It remains the only American aircraft to ever fly with an operational nuclear reactor on board. A bold, terrifying experiment from an age when the atomic future seemed limitless, and the only time America dared to fly a nuclear reactor through its own skies.